Next lesson for this chapter is on some special slopes. 4 types of special slopes for you to know are positive. As you move from left to right, this goes up, kind of like you're climbing up, so we call it a positive slope. The next one is negative, so as you move from left to right on the graph, you're going down. Another one is zero slope. So 0, if you pick 2 points, you have, remember slope is defined as rise over run. So to go from here to here, you don't go up any. So your rise is 0, but your run can be any number of numbers. 4 maybe if you count 4 spots, 2, 3, 1, negative, whatever. Your rise is still 0, so your slope is always 0. If you have a vertical line, your slope is undefined. Your rise would be a value, but your run, you don't go anywhere left or right, so you would have something where you have 0 in the denominator. That cannot happen, so we call it undefined. To kind of help you remember the special types of slope is with Mr. Slope Guy. Positive slope is his eyebrow. Negative slope, a vertical line gives you undefined, and a horizontal line gives you slopes of 0. So we're going to see some other slope relationships. In parallel lines, these have the same slope. So for example, if I see that one line has a slope of 4, a parallel line would also have a slope of 4. If I see one line has a slope of negative 1/3, the other one would have to have a slope of negative 1/3. For perpendicular lines, I have to have what we call opposite reciprocal slopes. So for example, if the slope of one line is 1/3, the slope of the other would have to be negative because it has to be the opposite, and the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3 over 1, or just 3. If I have a slope of 3/4, my opposite reciprocal would be negative 4/3 then. So if you take a look at these 2 examples here, line 1 passes through the points negative 1, negative 2, and 1, 2. Another line passes through the points negative 2, 0, and 0, 4. So what we have to do is find the slope between these 2 points. So my slope is going to be 2 minus negative 2 over 1 minus a negative 1. It's going to give me a 4 over a 2, which is really just 2. If I look at the slope of the next one, 4 minus 0, 0 minus negative 2. So this is going to be 4 over 2, which is also 2. Since the slopes of the 2 lines are the same, my lines are parallel. If I take a look at the next one, one line passes through the point 0, negative 4, and negative 1, negative 7. The other one is through the points 3, 0, and negative 3, 2. So find my slope. Negative 7 minus negative 4, negative 1 minus 0. It's going to give me negative 3 over negative 1, which is just 3. Slope here, 2 minus 0, negative 3 minus 3. This is 2 over negative 6, which is negative 1/3. So since 3 and negative 1/3 are opposite reciprocals, these lines are perpendicular. So in the next one, I want to draw a line that goes through the point negative 1, and is perpendicular to this line. So the first thing I need to look is take 2 points here. My rise is a negative 2. My run is 1. So my slope is negative 2 over 1, which is just negative 2. So a perpendicular slope would be positive 1/2. So I need to plot this point, negative 1, negative 1. And then using the slope 1/2, up 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2, draw my other line. This one, take a look at the slope. It's still negative 2 over 1, which is negative 2. I want a parallel line, so my slope is also going to be negative 2, and I'm going through the point 0, negative 4. 0 says stay where you're at, -4 tells me go down. So if I go down 2 into the right 1, I'm going to be off my graph. So I need to go up 2 but left 1 to take care of the negative. Up 2 but left 1. So there is my parallel line. Last example, drawing the line that's parallel through the point 0, -4, and then do a dashed line, draw perpendicular to the origin. So first of all, looking at this, rise over run, my slope is 1. So if I want a perpendicular, my slope is going to be -1, because 1 over 1 is still 1. So I want parallel, though, for the first one, through 0, -4. My slope is 1, so up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So that's my parallel line. And then dashed line, I need to use my perpendicular. So down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And that is going to be my perpendicular lines then.